Okay, so this is Lock Z again. We are back playing Soul Shepherd, and I have reached the second town. And in this town, we can finally buy some new items. You can see a few new healing items here, potions and salves, as well as an equipment shop. Strength plus 4, dexterity and tech plus 4, willpower and focus plus 4, magic plus 4. Willpower actually directly affects your focus. Improving your willpower improves your focus, so that's why that goes up as a side effect. Same thing with dexterity and tech. Tech controls the chance of hitting enemies and getting critical hits. Focus does kind of the same thing for magic attacks. I don't have enough money for any of that junk. I can find a few pieces of random loot scattered around town. That's not a place I want to go, that's a dungeon. Let's talk to some of the people in here. This guy says there was a landslide here weeks ago. We still haven't managed to clean it up. You'll have to go around to the south if you want to get to the other side of town. So I can't get to the right over here, but there's clearly something over there. To get to the other side of the town, you actually have to go back to the south, and from the starting town you have to go to the northeast instead of the northwest. There's a forest to the west of here, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. It could be sunny beaches and palm trees, and it would still be a prison. There's no way out of this place. There are also some weird doors around the town. So here's the weird door in question. An angelic crest is carved upon the door. I believe this way leads to the forest. Yeah. Of the forest and the caves up here, I believe the caves are easier. But, well, yeah, I'll fight one battle in these caves up here and see if I can get a new soul, or if they just slaughter me mercilessly. Since these are super hard enemies, I think my impulses would be a good idea, but I can only use the healing ones, so never mind. Angel, Demon, and Japanese Demon. Okay, kill the angel first. That's the stupidest looking angel. Nice strike. Sound rage. Frost. No, you'll do sleep. This pretty enemies to sleep. And E-Field did it all again. Angel is now harmless. Put that enemy on the right to sleep, but then attacked at the same amount to wake it back up. But that still kept it from fighting, and it also made the attack do extra damage. So that was good. Improved my offense and my defense that way. So I think I'll actually do the same thing again, cast Sleep. The angel is now even more harmless. Keep missing this enemy on the right. I should probably heal instead of just going all out with the offense and such. Even though this is a new area, these enemies are not kicking my butt like I would expect them to. It seems that after the first couple areas, the challenge from one area to the next seems to go down a little. That Banish did exactly half of my health. I think that is probably a demi effect. Just to say that it always does half of my health. This off. So as I was looking at the accessories earlier, there are 4 main stats in this game: strength, magic, dexterity, and willpower. Willpower is the healing statistic, but it also affects the damage you do with poison. It affects the hit rate and resistance rate for ailments like sleep, confuse, blind, and then it might affect magic defense. It affects focus, is what it does. And focus, you cannot miss with magic, and you cannot critically hit with magic, but you can ward magic, which isn't as good as having it miss, but it makes it do half damage and removes any added effects. Even though you can't crit with magic, magic spells all have chances to inflict debuffs to the enemy, the shock, freeze, and engulf effects. And so focus affects the chance to do that. So it's basically the magic equivalent of hit rate and crit rate, except it's not quite as meaningful as hit rate and crit rate are. I'm actually going to warp back to the first town, so I can go northeast here instead of northwest. This kobold is crazy, scary, angry. I think I killed that kobold earlier. Yeah, I know I did, in fact. I suppose he's respawned. I'm not sure if respawns are triggered just by a certain number of times you sleep at the inn or something else. But I think it's just a certain number of times you sleep at the inn. Calmed down a little, but oh no, he saw me again. Yeah, he momentarily calmed down, and then he charged me in another blitzkrieg. So I've beaten these kobolds before, not exactly difficult. If he starts using spin cut on me this time, it'll be a little harder. That crit there, holy crap. I think Blossom is my fastest character. No, Buttercup is. So I'll heal with Buttercup. care way more about the healer's speed than anyone else's. Because I really want to be able to heal before the enemy attacks. I mean, technically, either way, I'm healing in between one enemy attack and the next. But the difference is, if I go before the enemy, then I know who to heal. So getting agility on your healer is the most important person to get agility for, usually, I would think. But you can also build a strength character with high agility and focus on a high hit rate, high crit rate. I guess I shouldn't just assume these things are going to be harmless, even though they're totally going to be harmless. I need a weird hairstyle, that's what I need. Turn this blob into something useful, or maybe Catan. The random number generator is not on my side. Do we have any? Yeah, I've got a couple antidotes. I might actually have to go back and state that Kobold used up a lot of my resources. Well, let's see if which one of these has a treasure chest and which one leads forward. There's another Kobold I can see hiding over there. How do I get there? These wimpy enemies are not a threat. There's a treasure chest. Well, that's good. That's expensive. What's up here? This is the way to get down there to where that kobold is. Zombero, the creator, had me remap most of these starting areas for him, because his maps were terrible, but this is one that I didn't redo, and so I'm not familiar with it. Not to the extent I am with the maps I made, at least. I can sort of remember how it goes from playing his old version of this game 2 years ago, or whenever it was, but all I can remember is the general point of the area, which is go northeast-ish, and at some point along the way, the area boss gets in your way, and you do not want to fight him because he kills you. So that'll be fun to see later. I have enough money to buy, well, yeah, I can buy some supplies at least. Yeah, I'll need some antidotes to get through here. I'll go ahead and buy a Phoenix Ash, just in case. And my goal now is to try to get through this entire area. But I might have to give up and head back. Now, Blossom and Buttercup had 100% of their limit gauge filled up before I slept at the end, and now it's only 70%. That's kind of harsh, except it goes back up really fast. just attacking the enemy, it goes up by 10%. That's not even with them attacking me, that's just me attacking. So that's not so bad. I think if I get attacked, it'll go up to 100% instantly, probably. I fought a lot of these rabbits and haven't gotten any of their souls yet. Oh no, confuse. No! So Fred got me confused before his turn. Did he do it? No, it just canceled his turn. Okay. Okay, this is... resistant to ice. Why are rabbits resistant to ice? I mean, I guess everything needs a resistance to something, or at least to something else, but... yeah, I don't know. It's not always going to make sense, I guess. It's fat, so it can hibernate in the winter, so that makes sense in that way. And I think that's probably all the logic I'm going to get. It's BS logic that I made up on my own. I'm going to head up first and see if there are treasure chests up here. Oh, come on, I don't want to fight these things. This is ridiculous. God, fine. Did he do me? I forget who I used that on. I want to use it on another not Fred. So make sure someone really fast uses theirs on Fred. Someone faster than Fred. I'm not convinced that Catan's fast limit rate will be faster than Fred's normal turn. Kinda was, yeah. It still was slower than Buttercup, but it was faster than the Blob. It's not hard to be faster than a Blob. Resists fire now? I didn't remember that. Not that I can keep track. I can keep track of some of them, but not the blobs. I don't care. The ones that have some sort of thematic sense that it makes, like scorpions are weak to ice because they live in the desert, those ones I can remember. At least after I've seen the ones, and I can usually guess them before that, but I have trouble remembering the ones that don't make sense. a little, actually. Buttercup got poisoned just by attacking that root. It's gotta be almost dead, right? Probably should have used skills just to avoid taking any more poison damage. So much poison. Oh yeah, and it still attacks me anyway. Oh well. I should equip this Weir Hair Soul on someone. Probably Katana. It's an improvement for him anyway. I might as well get the skills off of it, even though I don't think they're going to be useful. I like to fill out my list so I can see the skills for each soul. Because it shows you the skills for souls you've mastered. And you can tell just by fighting the enemies what they use. That they use the same skills in battle that you can learn from them. There's a sort of parity between the enemies and the party. I used Bash, so I know that's one of the ones I can learn from it. I use Confuse, so I know I can learn that also. Here's a big ominous looking door. Rest of a small dragon is engraved upon the door. That is a soul door. In order to open it, I need a specific soul. In this case, I need the soul of a small dragon. I haven't seen any of these small dragons. Headbutt is starting moving. Headbutt looks like it might actually be a powerful attack worth learning. We'll see. See if it's gonna be any good. No, you can kill someone else. Use it anyway. Yeah, you can do that. So I'm going to use the limit breaks to heal so I don't waste as much MP. But I think I'm going to have to walk back to town in a little bit. And make another trip where I don't go up here looking for treasure chests. However, I think I can kill that second kobold before I do that. I would love to kill that second kobold, because then it won't be there. Yeah, we're gonna escape. And it worked. That's a miracle. that was a really excited woo, right? Okay. These kobolds have yet to use their signature spin cut move on me in a battle where I win. The first 2 times he just slaughtered me with that spin cut over and over and over again. And then he hasn't used it again since. So, we'll see. What was that exclamation point? Weird. I haven't seen that before. Oh, there, he actually used it for once. It doesn't seem as powerful now. I could probably survive 3 of them. I didn't say I wanted to survive 3 of them. I wasn't unhappy that he wasn't using it, I was just confused. Okay, we're gonna heal. Everyone gets to heal themselves. The impulses make really good heals, actually. The downside is then you can't use them for attacks, because they make really good attacks too. You still have MP. You don't have a lot, but we'll use it. You probably won't do any more damage with Frost than with a normal attack, but whatever. And you don't have MP. There we go. And I got the Kobold Soul. Perfect. I can give that to Blossom, my second fighter. Too many skills. So... Did I just learn Bash and Headbutt at the same time? That's confusing. I must have just gotten a bunch of experience from that Kobold. Tier 2 force damage, Tier 2 force damage plus sleep. Then I already had Tier 2 force damage plus poison. So obviously I don't want Bash, that's useless. And I have to, pick one more to discard, okay. I want Poison or Sleep. I want Sleep. Sleep is way better.